Okay. So today's topic is going to be about bullying. And one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up, actually, there's two reasons why I'm bringing this up. Um, One is because I have kids, and having kids, you tend to look outside of yourself, and you tend to remember what it was like growing up and trying to find yourself. And then the other reason is because of the Jonathan Martin case and the Richie Incognito case in the NFL for the Miami Dolphins. And go ahead. That was my son, so that's good. Um, so basically, here's a situation where inside the locker room, Richie Incognito and a few other of the NFL players just harass this other guy. Call it hazing, you can call it whatever you want to call it. And it boils down to bullying. It's just bullying. Calling names. One person becomes uncomfortable with it, and it becomes a completely unprofessional environment. It's not even a fun environment for all parties involved. Another reason why I'm talking about this is because listening to sports talk, everybody is saying, "Oh well, Richie Incognito is welcome back to the locker room," because some of the players are saying, "Yeah, we'd recommend him back." And Jonathan Martin's not because he's a snitch and he's a tattletale and he's a punk or what have you. My whole thing is, all right, well, bullying is bullying. Period. It doesn't matter where it is. Once a person becomes uncomfortable, then it's no longer fun. It's no longer a good thing. It may have started out as good-natured ribbing. You're too fat. Or you run too slow, or you're too dark, or you're too light, or you have one eye that's bigger than the other, or mama jokes, or those kind of things. But at some point, those negative things can drag a person down. I am one of those people that think about energy, and I don't like negativity in my life. So if I were in that environment, I would also, at some point, think enough is enough. Enough is enough. There's something called emotional abuse. Emotional abuse. Physical abuse is not the only thing that can happen to a person and cause scars. Emotional abuse can happen as well. And bullying can cause emotional abuse issues. And I won't really go into that too much. I can do a show about that. If someone is interested in that, then I can talk about that. But, you cause some issues with the other person. And all that kind of negative energy can drag you down. And basically that was his point. Like, look, I'm fed up. You don't know where this person comes from, and that does not mean that you can't be a good football player. And part of their premise was like, well, Richie Incognito and other players come from the streets, or football is a tough sport, and that means that you have to go through a whole bunch of things. No. That's caveman talk. It's caveman talk. And another person mentioned, oh, well, it's like that in the military. You go through basic training and people talking crap to you. I was in the service, so I know a little bit about that. Some crazy stuff happened during my basic training flight. And, there are a couple people out there that know about those stories. But we'll try to keep that under wraps because I don't want to get anybody in any more trouble than they did during that time period. But, it does happen. But that does not mean that it has to be that way. You don't have to completely drown a person out and those kind of negative talks and negative speak. So, I guess, what's the point of this video? The point of this video is to inform people that bullying and bullying education is important, not only for kids in middle school or elementary school into teenage hood, high school, but also later. So, in your workplace, in sports and all that stuff is very important, because odds are most of the time the people are bullying is because they feel disempowered within themselves, and they want to exert power on somebody else. That's what it comes down to. So, I guess I'll leave you with this point. I asked my son this morning, I said, "Hey, boyo, what do you think about bullying?" And he said, "Dad, people that bully, the person that's getting bullied is going to bully somebody else." And that's my take. That's what I'll leave you with.